Doesn't it get tired when you hear about bad news every time you open the TV, the radio, or the internet? Nah, man, let's talk about some good news today. Okay, are you ready for some good news? Let's talk about some good news. Well, good news number one, a former UK soldier accused of murdering a Kenyan young girl has been denied bail in the UK. Now, this man thought he will never be sent back to the UK where he murdered this girl. Well, he's going back to face the music. Congratulations. So the suspect name is Robert Perkis. Perkis. What a name. Perkis. 38-year-old ex-British soldier, a member of Batuk. So what is Batuk? Batuk is basically a group of soldiers that are stationed in Kenya. It stands for British Army Training Units in Kenya. It's basically the British Army largest contingent of soldiers in Africa, based in Nyakuri. So let me put it this way for you. Kenya was colonized by the British. Okay, in 1960, they got independence like everybody else. And the Brits say, we are leaving you, but we want to leave our soldiers here in your land. Yeah, we want some of our soldiers to stand here, just in case, you never know. We may change our mind. That was, well, the idea. Then Batuk was born. So since then, as you can imagine, to now, Batuk still exists. From time to time, they send soldiers from Britain to go train in the jungle. In Kenya, well, I've done a lot of bad things in Kenya that people don't really talk about. Who is our victim? Our victim is this lady right here. Her name is Agnes Wanjiru. She was 21 years old at the time when she was seeing this British guy. You know how it happens. You're a young 21-year-old Kenyan woman, a mother. You know, you want to find a life for yourself, maybe a father for your child. You meet this British guy who seemed to be treating you really, really nice. You give him a chance, an opportunity. It is reported that the British guy and the girl went to a hotel and things didn't go the way he wanted it. Finally, the girl's body was found in a septic tank. Few months later, a septic tank, you know what a septic tank is, yeah? The septic tank is where your shit is. So there are many unanswered questions like what might have occurred? What happened? Did he want something from the girl and she didn't want to give it? Did he perhaps want to force her into doing something she wasn't comfortable with? Or was he perhaps one of those people that cannot take no for an answer and he felt force? I mean, you're just a little African woman. How can you say no to a British man? I'm going to take you out. He is accused of a brutal murder of Wanjiru with reports that fellow soldiers claim he confessed on the night of her death. So when he unalived her, he went back to camp and spoke to his mate saying, listen, you see the girl I was with? I've killed her because, well, she probably didn't want to do what I wanted her to do, so I took her out. So fellow soldiers told on him. Initially, the Kenyan court tried to bring him to justice, but Batuk said that the Kenyan court had no jurisdiction over them. In other words, we are Europeans. You cannot take us to justice. Not here. No, sorry. You are inferior, and our soldiers has perhaps killed one of your girls, but you cannot take us to court. Sorry about that. He went back to Britain. Remember, this happened in 2012. This is like 13 years later, where after so much pressure from the Kenyans, the UK government has officially said, you know what, we are sending you back to Kenya. Why? Because we have a deal. Kenya and the UK have an extradition deal. You cannot violate it. I mean, it has to make sense. You need to send him back so he can face trial. And now, his lawyers have tried to tell the court that, listen, please let him be free. You know, on bail, we're going to pay £15,000 as a security fee, meaning to show you that he's not going to run away. He has £15,000. By the time you want to take him away, you can reimburse the £15,000. The court said, no, not this time, my friends. You are going to Africa. Yeah, they are going to deal with you the African way. Well, is that good news? Absolutely. Congratulations. It's not going to bring the girl back, but hey, I think one step at a time. Now we're moving to Nigeria. Nigeria, here's a map. Nigeria, the home of Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Davido. Nigeria, we got some good news. At least 50 schoolgirls abducted from a Catholic school in Nigeria managed to escape captivity and reunited with their parents and family. Congratulations. 50 girls ran away. I mean, there were about 200 and something that were taken away, abducted. They were kidnapped by these armed person. So basically, Nigeria is not a necessarily nice place to be. I'm sorry. I know Nigerians don't like it when I say that, but you got to tell the truth. I understand it's your home, you know. Nobody hates home, you know. But doesn't mean home is okay. Even if there's shit in your lounge, in your home, you'll never say home is bad. You still call it home. But should everybody say quiet just because it's your home and the shit in the lounge? I mean, You can tell the neighbor that be careful, don't go in there, there's shit in the lounge. You can stay by the door, but just watch the shit in the lounge from afar. I mean, it's okay to say that, right? I'm not saying that you must burn the house, just saying there's shit in the lounge. So basically, there's a lot of abduction that happens in Nigeria. Okay, it's usually people from the north. They are usually Muslims. Yes, you must tell that. I know people get uncomfortable with saying that because the truth is you don't get people from different religion unaliving other people, getting in other people's temples or churches or mosques and killing them. No, it's only one specific group that does that. Is that true or propaganda? It is the truth. Okay? Anyway, now, this time around, these people took about 250 girls, abducting them, literally kidnapping these girls. What they usually do is they will ask for ransom from these girls' family members. We need money so you can get your girl back. Sometimes they do send the girl back. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they unalive the people. Sometimes they need money so bad they feel the need to hurt the person and send the video to the family members so they can rush with the money transfer. And it doesn't happen. The person is unalived. This time around is interesting because 50 girls out of 250 abducted have escaped. People are asking a lot of questions. You understand, right? Having 2 or 3 people running away or escaping is one thing. But having 50 people escaping without any of them getting shot or anything, that raises a lot of questions. So people are asking questions. Is the government involved in this story? I mean, how do 50 girls escape terrorist group that are armed to the teeth alive? What's happened? Did somebody break a deal and nobody knows about it? I mean, let's just remember here that Trump a couple of days ago made pressure on Nigeria, asking Nigeria to do something about the killings of the Christians and the abductions of human beings.
Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians. The USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns are blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities.
And Nigeria stood strong as any country would, saying, we will not allow you to come into our backyard and make the rules. This is our home. We can deal with our problems ourselves. Is this a way perhaps for the Nigerian government to send a message to the world? Look, we have 50 girls back, so we are very well capable of getting them back. So we don't need any external power putting pressure on us. Is this a possibility or not? This is what some people are saying. Maybe the girls really escaped. Some people are saying, well, you need to look into this very, very much because it makes no sense. Like 3 people escaped. Okay, 5, 6 maybe. 50 people escaped. Like, where were the noise? Where were the security guards? I mean, I'm just asking. Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure, but it is great news. Pick up my coffee again. We are happy for them to be back with the family, reunited. This is amazing. And now we are going to Thailand. Of course, we're talking about good news across the world. An extraordinary event has occurred in Thailand. It's about a 65-year-old Thai woman that was found alive in a coffin just before she was cremated. Imagine, imagine they're opening a coffin like, oh, you're waking up, you just before being cremated. How crazy that, you know, cremation, right? They put you in a oven, like a burning blazer. Yeah, they gotta make sure that you're really dead. The woman's brother said that she had been sick for about 2 years, but this time around she appeared to have stopped breathing. He assumed that she was dead, so he transported her nearly 500 kilometers across the country. Like 500 kilometers? I mean, you don't check, you take somebody for 500 kilometers, that's crazy. It took her across the country to Bangkok, to a place she previously expressed a wish to donate her organs. So this woman says she's an organ donor. I don't know how I feel about organ donors, okay? I know you can now put on a driver's license saying that you're an organ donor. Should you get into an accident, you know what an organ donor is, right? The person that decides to give his organ to science or to the next person that needs it. Like if you die and your lungs are still functioning and your liver, they can give it to somebody that's struggling to survive. Those are organ donors. Well, is it given for free? No, it's not, because the hospital is going to make money out of it. And unfortunately, in some countries, some shithole countries, when a foreigner dies, they open, you know that in Africa, there's a shithole country, they will open you up, they will sell your organs if you're a foreigner. They consider you illegal immigrant. They will open you up, they will sell your organs without the consent of the family. They do that very much. Who profit from that? You can just imagine the profits. Anyway, so I don't know how I feel about organ donors. I think it's a good thing that you can donate to the people that's needed. I don't think I can possibly be an organ donor. I don't think so. For the only purpose, I believe, when you're organ donor, you go to an hospital. The hospital doesn't necessarily put in the work to try to revive you, to make you survive as much as they will do for somebody who's not an organ donor. They check that before. Yeah, you're in trouble, you're going quick. They will check are you an organ donor or not. Yes, you need to find out about this. I mean, it sounds outrageous, but you need to find. I mean, every crazy thing is actually truer than the truth. I mean, yeah. Some people say the truth sometimes is crazier than fiction. So I will never say organ donor. I'm sorry. With all the love in the world, I'm sorry. Do I need an organ? Yes, I'm probably going to take your organ, but I'm not giving you my organ. Anyway, he took his sister to an organ donor and the hospital refused the brother's offer as he did not have the official death certificate. Like, how do you go give your sister's body away with no death certificate? Like, how do you do that? I don't understand this brotherhood. So then he decided to go to another place, a temple on the outskirts of the city, which offers free cremation. So a temple that cremate people for free. He went to cremate his sister. It's only while he was having a discussion with the manager, then they heard noise coming from the coffin. Things moving inside. Do. Then the manager said, no, you need to open this coffin first. Let's look. When they looked, surprisingly, his sister was alive. She was really bad. They took her to a hospital. They checked and diagnosed that she had low blood sugar. And that was the reason why she was so weak. But she wasn't dead. How crazy is that? Great news for her. Congratulations. I mean, she needs to investigate the brother. Like, how do you take your sister's body for organ donating and then you decide to take her for cremation without death certificate? Like, no. Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. UK soldier accused of murdering a Kenyan woman has been denied bail in London. He's going to Kenya for justice. 50 out of 250 abducted Nigerian young girls have managed to escape from these ferocious human beings. Is this a real escape or something fishy is happening right now? Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.